Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. Today is the Joy of Blue collab. I started this collab because I want people to take the time to play with a color and have fun. We have blue lovers that join the collab. We also have people who blue might be a stretch for them, so they wanted to try it. There are no rules about what you make or how you make it or when you make it or if you complete it. It is pick something and create with blue. This month I did a journal, and you may recall that I had upholstery sample scraps like you would get from a furniture store. So I had some of these and it just called to me. And I have some ideas for future ones also, but this was my first one using an upholstery sample. I had a hard time choosing, and I picked this one with a really neat pattern and a lot of different blues. It's a fairly smooth texture, you see, but I just love it. On the inside of this journal, I'll just do like fairly quick flip through for you. I have used all sorts of blue goodness. Much of it came to me in Happy Mail. Some of it you may have seen that I created in other videos. I just had fun putting it together. A lot of this I did in front of the TV, or I would step into the craft room and get something wet and then have to let it dry. Just little bits of things. I have many bins or containers full of what I would call blue goodness, and I just used some of them here. Some charms that needed a home. I always forget about charms. This one I haven't decided if I'm going to do a pocket or not. This journal I will add to and layer, and I'm sure that I will keep it. I can't imagine that I would put this one on Etsy, but you never know about me. This was glossy sprays, Dina Wakley's gloss sprays. So there's all sorts of mixed media in here. Then I have a string where I used a charm that I've just been hanging on to and thinking I need to use that. See the good in all things, and a fun little pocket. This was, I think, from buying keys, Home Depot or somewhere. A lot of this stuff you probably saw in other videos. And just fun. This came in Happy Mail. I love trees and I love blue, so I thought it was brilliant. Honestly, I don't know that I've ever stamped trees in blue. I don't know what's wrong with me. Why didn't I think of that? Here's a little tiny paint smush embellishment that I have. This was washi tape from one of you that I saved. I really, in journals like this, use bits of blue that means a lot to me or that has been hanging around and being adorable. Noni colored these a couple of years ago. She made me a gorgeous birthday card and she had extras. And so I put them in here, and I put some string in there with it just to make it fun, and a little bit more deli paper. And this is deli paper with the Dina Wakley gloss on it. Don't be afraid to dream big, and it has a butterfly, and it's actually a tip up. You wouldn't necessarily know it from the page. I haven't decided if I'm going to trim this down or leave it sticking off. This one is a little tiny tag. I made lots of places to write, and they're stamping. This book has stitching, inked edges, stamps, die cuts, mixed media. I think this might be a tea bag. Some of this stuff I don't even know. I put some sparkly. My friend Andrea gave me these sheer shimmer sticks, dauber tops. They're a little strange to work with because it is what you think, it's a dauber. Still fun. So I put some of that on this page. It's kind of like Wink of Stella, but you can't manage it as well. And cute little tiny embellishments that I've been kind of hanging on to and hoarding. Cute blue stamp, and I take bits of ribbon and embroidery floss and throw them into my bins so that if you sit down to create, you don't just have paper. You might have bits of fabric or things that normal humans would have thrown away, but it was blue, so I didn't. Be authentic. This one is a fun little page with butterflies flying up it, and there's a tuck spot and a little tag. And these are just leftover things, a lot of them from other projects. I didn't sit down and die cut all this stuff and plan it. I just got out things that I liked the color of and went for it. This one, it was the printing on the back of the page. Single-sided papers, not so much now, but decades ago, they would put the brand and information here, so I just covered it up with washi. I love this page. I don't think I'll do a single thing else to this page. It's the Dina Wakley gloss sprays, which make me frustrated, but then turn out so amazing that I keep trying. And a layered butterfly with some glitter in the middle and 2 accent pieces. I just love it. And the whole thing is on piano roll. So it's very thin, but the Dina Wakley sprays kind of added some structure to the paper. And I have lots of blank pages. I could do mixed media. I could do journaling. This would be a really fun journal for me because I love blue to use for my spring garden journal. What do I want to do? What have I done? I can make lists in it. I'm not afraid to mess things up. I could do mixed media, and if the paint runs through the crack, I don't care. Some of these are embellishments and things that I made in other videos or just sitting around on the couch, but I might have shared them with you in updates. I loved that because I had them ready to go. So I could really dress up a page and it didn't take very long. I do wish, and I think I will on some of the others, that I had stitched around more of them. So I think I'll put them in the sewing machine and stitch through them, then put them back in my stash. This page is a funny thing. I don't know if you can tell. I used my white Signo pen, Wilson Intermission. It picked up color from the page. It came out almost like an iridescent pink, like it pulled some red or purple out of that paper. And I'm okay with that. I'm not sad. I'm not going to cover it up. It's just an interesting thing that happened, and I think that adds fun. I've got all kinds of stuff. I've got stapled charms. Thank you, Crafts Scraps, and all of you who helped me learn how to use my charms. And another bit of the Dina Wakley sprays, puffy stickers. You know I love those. This one is a sub sandwich bag. It was the end of a bag and they stamp on it. And up here they write what kind of sandwich I had. I didn't want that. But look at this as a pocket. Oh my gosh. And when I glued it to the page, I had no plan, no decision. So I wasn't sure if I was going to glue the layers down more so it didn't fold out. But this thing just fit perfect. And the only thing I did was I changed the ribbon on this. It had like a greenish yellow ribbon. I just thought that was fun. So don't overlook trash. But do be careful if you have ants or Wilson. He gets a little too curious about my lunch bags sometimes, so I have to be sure and keep those up if I bring them in the craft room. Scrap of paper. It was literally just a 1/2 inch scrap of paper that I'd thrown into a bin. It's not even straight. Don't care. Bits. These are from a different video, and one of you sent this to me in Happy Mail, and I just thought it was so fun, so I added it in here. And I took some ribbon and tied it on a paper clip because I never think to do that. And some of you send me Happy Mail with that kind of stuff on it. And then I think, why don't I do that? Back here, some fun trims and tucked in. And then look at this. Oh my gosh. So these were little things that I just love. This is one of my absolute favorite washi tapes. I like this one so much. I have 2 rolls of it, a blue stamp, and then I put some of those stars on there. The stars are from Honeybee Stamps, which is an Oregon company here with me. Oh my gosh, but you knew. I mean, if you saw those anywhere and you watch my channel, you would know I'd buy them. That is my journal for Joy of Blue. You might see it in other videos. If you have questions, don't hesitate to ask because we try to keep collaboration videos a little shorter. Thanks so much for watching, and be sure to check out the other collaborators and tell them thank you so much for joining me in Joy of Blue. Bye-bye.